All right, so if you're a developer, you know the feeling. Your feature is done, it's perfect, it's ready to go, and then it grinds to a halt at the last minute security review. It's a classic bottleneck, right? But what if security wasn't a gate you had to pass, but more like a guardrail that kept you on track? Well, let's get into how DevSecOps makes that happen.
Just think about it for a second. Your last big release. Did security feel like a partner in the process? Or did it feel like a roadblock you had to get around? For so many teams, it's the latter. And that friction, it's not just annoying, it's a huge symptom of a bigger systemic problem with how we've always done application security. And this really breaks down the core issues, doesn't it? The old way of doing things treats security as this final checklist item right before you launch. And that means you find the really scary stuff way too late, which delays releases and creates this whole us versus them vibe between teams. I mean, think about when a huge vulnerability like Log4j hits. In this old model, it's absolute chaos. It's an all-hands-on-deck fire drill, trying to find this tiny vulnerability across every single thing you have in production. It's just inefficient, it's expensive, and honestly, it's super stressful. But you know what? It really doesn't have to be that way. In today's fast-paced DevOps world, security has to be built in from the start, not just bolted on at the end. And that is exactly what DevSecOps is all about. It's a total rethink of where, when, and how security fits into our day-to-day workflow. So what is it really? Well, DevSecOps is not just another tool you buy. It's more of a philosophy. It's about automating security and embedding it into every single phase of development, into your code, your builds, your pipelines, your infrastructure, literally everywhere. And the key takeaway here is that it shifts security from being one specific team's job to a shared responsibility that belongs to everyone. The entire practice of DevSecOps is really built on one simple but incredibly powerful idea. It's a concept that completely changes the game for finding and fixing security issues, and it's called shifting left.
And this is it right here. Shifting left simply means moving all your security work as early as possible in the development process. I mean, think about it. Fixing a simple bug while you're coding in your IDE, that's nothing. But fixing that exact same bug after it's already in production, that's a total nightmare. Now just apply that same logic to security. Imagine finding a major dependency issue while you're doing your local build, instead of in the middle of a global panic. That's the magic of shifting left. Finding things earlier means they are way cheaper and way faster to fix. You know, what's great about this is how clearly it lays out the two different mindsets. We're moving from these slow manual reviews that happen at the very end to fast automated checks that are running all the time. We're going from a reactive firefighting mode to a proactive culture where every single person on the team is empowered to build secure software from day one. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through the key moments where security gets woven into the entire development pipeline. This really shows the journey. Security starts the second you write a line of code with tools for what we call static application security testing, or SAST, that can spot flaws right there in your editor. Then, when you go to build your application, automated scanners check all of your open source libraries for any known issues. In your CI/CD pipeline, you can set up security gates that will literally block a vulnerable build from ever getting deployed. It even extends to the code that defines your infrastructure, and it keeps going by monitoring your app even after it's live. Security is just everywhere, all the time. And hey, while we're on the topic of code, here is a golden rule. It is absolutely non-negotiable. Your API keys, your database passwords, all of those secrets, they should never, ever live inside your Git repository. DevSecOps is all about using secure vaults and injecting secrets only when they're needed at runtime, because a secret leaked in your code history is just a ticking time bomb. Now, you could go out and buy all the best security tools in the world, but if you don't tackle the human side of things, your DevSecOps efforts are pretty much guaranteed to fail. And this right here is probably the most important part of the entire thing. The real secret sauce of DevSecOps is culture. It's about tearing down the walls that have traditionally stood between developers, security, and operations. It's about everyone having shared ownership, about constantly learning and training, and critically, it's about the security team changing their role. They become enablers who provide helpful tools and advice, not blockers who just show up at the end to say no. Okay, this all sounds great, but where do you actually begin? It can definitely feel a little overwhelming. So let's break it down into a really simple playbook of what to do and, just as important, what not to do. So first, let's talk about the pitfalls to avoid. A huge mistake is rolling out a tool that just floods developers with false alarms and irrelevant alerts. They'll just start ignoring everything, and you get what's called alert fatigue. Another common trap is forgetting that security isn't just a pre-launch checklist. You have to keep monitoring your apps when they're live. And maybe the biggest one of all, security can't be treated as an optional step that you just skip when a deadline gets tight.
So, what's the right way to get started? First thing, automate. Automate every single security check you can, starting with the easy wins like dependency scanning. Second, don't try to boil the ocean. Pick your most critical application, the one with the sensitive data, and get a win there first. That builds momentum. Third, make sure the tools you use give developers feedback right inside their existing workflow. Don't make them go to some other dashboard. And above all, invest in your developers. Teach them about common threats, give them tools that are actually easy to use, and turn them into your biggest security asset. When you put all of these pieces together, this is really the end game. You're not just tacking on a few more security steps. You are fundamentally changing what security even is. It stops being that frustrating bottleneck and becomes this invisible, automated process that actually helps your team ship value to customers faster and more securely. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question. You don't have to plan a massive company-wide overhaul. What's one small thing you could do? Could you add a quick dependency scan to your build process? Or maybe install an automated code linter in your IDE? Just think about that one small, tangible step your team can take tomorrow to start shifting security left. Because that's how this whole transformation really begins.